this incident isn't a few bad apples straying from the system. This is exactly the system in place. This is the way that we're trained. You can't be upset at a few soldiers for doing this without being upset at the system. In order to change the soldiers and the way they act, we have to change the system. Take a look at the Afghanistan kill teams.
That's what I was thinking of.
They're out there and they're killing people on a regular basis, and everybody's taking pictures. Everybody does it. Everybody kills people and everybody takes pictures over there. And the general consensus in the military is it's not wrong unless you get caught. The only time it's wrong is if you get caught. If civilians get to see it, then you're wrong. Other than that, oh yeah, keep taking pictures. Let's pass them around. Let's make videos of you cutting fingers off and stuff. So,
in fact, there are. Thank you very much for speaking up. There are 4,000 pictures from the Afghanistan kill team of soldiers posing with dead Afghanis, taking body parts and showing off blown up heads, and 4,000 pictures Der Spiegel has. We've seen about 3 or 4 in the United States so far. They were starting to come out around the time we attacked Libya, and so that kind of made sure it didn't come out. But in Afghanistan and in the Arab world, this is another Abu Ghraib prison scandal. This is another gigantic undermining of the United States because it's seeing the truth. And that's really what Bradley Manning's about. Bradley Manning's about seeing the truth. And it's a truth that our corporate media works very hard to prevent us from seeing. And Manning joined the military as a believer. He's from Oklahoma, grew up part of his life in the UK, but came back and grew up in the United States. He went to the military believing in the U.S. military, believing that we were the good policemen of the world, believing the propaganda. When he got in, he started to see reality. One of the first realities he saw were Iraqi civilians being tortured by the government we put in power, that we keep in power, the Iraqi government. Really is our puppet government. And he went and investigated it. When he found out was these 16 civilians had written a pamphlet, a booklet about asking where'd the money go. So these were academics who were asking a question, where'd the money go? And they were being tortured for that. He brought it to his commander, and the commander said, ignore that, round up more Iraqis for them. Round up more people for those torturers. And so when he started to look at his screen, this is all from chat logs. The mistake that Manning made, it is easier and easier for people to leak documents, whether you're working with a corporation or the government. There are so many ways now to leak documents without getting caught. Unfortunately, Manning made the mistake of chatting with somebody who exposed him and reported him. So according to these chat logs, they're not verified, and Manning's not admitted anything, so we don't know if he's guilty or not. But according to the chat logs, he started to see war crimes, and as you tell us, it's so widespread. He was getting raw data from intelligence reports, so he was seeing it raw, what was going on. And he saw Iraq, he saw Afghanistan, he saw diplomatic cables, he saw it going from the lowest level soldier on the ground to the highest level Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, who wrote a memo to our diplomats ordering them to spy illegally on UN diplomats in New York City, against the law. Spying diplomats around the world, collect their credit card information, their frequent flyer numbers, get their fingerprints, get their eye, get a picture of their eye. I mean, all this kind. And she got her orders from the CIA. The CIA told Hillary, "This is what we want." Hillary told the diplomats, "Get this." And so she turned our diplomatic corps into a nest of spies illegally. He saw that. So from the top to the bottom, he saw criminality. He had tried to report criminality to his commander, it got ignored. And so what do? According to the Nuremberg principles, if you are complicit in those crimes, you're also a criminal. You're held responsible. And those are principles really developed by the United States, led by Supreme Court Justice Jackson, prosecuting war criminals in Germany. So these are essentially U.S. principles put in, and they put into international treaties. They become, so the treaties become our law. And so this is the law of our land and the law of the world. And he saw criminal violations. What's he supposed to do? And so he decided, allegedly, to leak it. He didn't decide, by the way, to sell it to Iran or give it to Iran. He didn't decide to be a traitor. And in these unverified chat logs, he talks about Lamo, the informant. Lamo's his real name, but Lamo, the informant, says to Bradley, "Why don't you sell this? You can get rich." And he says, "My goal is public information. The public needs this. Is the public domain. The public has a right to know this. And how do you have a government that the people are in control if the people are lied to?" So he wanted to get allegedly a discussion going among people like us and among a broader set of Americans about our foreign policy, which is way off track, which are lied to about consistently. And now we have documents from the U.S. government showing the truth. That we are not a great policeman of the world. We're a bully superpower who will bribe, who will threaten, who will spy on people from other countries to force them to do what we want to do. We'll twist arms, we'll threaten war. We work with oligarchs and royalists and dictators. Those are our best allies. And this is all now can't be denied because it's in U.S. government documents. And so Bradley was a truth teller in a time when telling the truth is a very dangerous thing to do, and he is paying a price for it, a serious price for it. Now, the Bradley Manning Support Network has raised a lot of money for his legal defense. We're still raising more. We're raising money for advocacy work. If you go to bradleymanning.org, you can sign up and get involved in our work. I'm on the steering committee of the group. I'm also on I chair the advocacy fund for the Bradley Manning Advocacy Fund, which has hired professional public relations firms to get his message out. We're still doing that. We've organized rallies that some people get arrested at. I didn't get arrested that day, but we organized rallies that, if you go to our website, bradleymanning.org, you will not believe the police force that came out that day that we had some arrests. The police force was amazing. I mean, we had to negotiate with the cops all the rally and the march. The only thing left to dispute was a flower-laying ceremony led by veterans on a public war memorial. We want to lay flowers on a public war memorial. That was all we wanted to do. The Marines said they're closing the memorial that day. Only that day. It's open every day of the year except the day we're there. They closed it down. They said it was because of us. And we said, that's violating our free speech right. I said to the police, your job is to protect our constitutional rights, policemen from Virginia. That's your job. But rather than doing that, they blocked us. And so we agreed to a delegation would go lay the flowers, 6 people, and when we got there, they blocked even the delegation from getting there. And so then we start. Then Ann Wright, Colonel Ann Wright, who's a strong activist with us, sat down the street. Daniel Ellsberg joined her. Elaine joined her. A bunch of people joined. And then people started coming out from behind the barriers we were in, the free speech barriers we were in, came out in the street and started. And then we started to see, coming down this 4-lane road, shoulder to shoulder, looked like Egypt. Carrying, riot troops, carrying shields, shoulder to shoulder, blocking the whole street, had their all protected, covered, knees, legs protected, helmets on. All you could see was their eyes. Sometimes they wore sunglasses, and they're marching down the street shoulder to shoulder to push us out of the street. Behind them are SWAT teams carrying gigantic weapons. Up on the hill are horseback soldiers. In the air are helicopters. We got dogs on the street. All this for a flower-laying ceremony, on a public war memorial to stop us from doing that. This massive police force. We pretty much stayed in the streets for a long time. But that's one of the many kind of things we do. Now we're getting people organized in Kansas and in Missouri to put the pressure on out there as Bradley's getting transferred there. We consider that a victory. There's no way he's going to be treated fairly at Quantico. It's not going to happen. He's going to be tortured there. We're going to change that. So we consider that a victory, and we're going to make sure it's a victory by staying on top of it. We're also turning our eyes now to the trial. It probably won't happen until October or November. The first next step is a preliminary hearing, Article 32, that will take about 3 weeks to hear. It's going to happen in June, and we're going to have people outside Fort Belvoir where he's going to be tried every day. And our demand is at the trial stage. Of course, we want the charges dropped. That's our real demand. Free Bradley Manning. He should be a hero for releasing information about war crimes and criminality throughout our foreign policy. That should be something that's heroic, not something that's punished. But if they're going to try him, it needs to be an open trial. The public needs to see the whole thing. The Supreme Court and the Court of Military Appeals has ruled repeatedly that these trials should be open, that the preliminary hearings should be open, all this should be open, and we're going to be fighting for that as the next round of battle. So please, go to bradleymanning.org, get involved, sign up so you can be told what's going on, and help us to, it's Bradley Manning versus the largest empire in world history. And I mean the largest by far. The Roman Empire and the British Empire had under 40 military bases at their peak. We're over 1,100. So we are the largest empire in world history. So bradleymanning.org, please join us there. And we're trying to raise money. This is not done for free, so please make a donation if you can. And we'll be doing fundraisers, hopefully in New York sometime soon. We'll be talking about that. We've done some around the country. We have some Bradley materials in back. You can T-shirts and stickers you can purchase and get involved in this, because this is a big battle, not just about Bradley Manning, not just about U.S. empire and our foreign policy. It's about transparency and democracy as well. This is his trial is a kind of John Peter Zenger case of the 21st. What is democracy going to look like? What is media going to look like in the 21st century? Will it be democratized, or will it stay corporatized, or misled and misinformed and propagandized rather than told the truth? So please get involved with bradleymanning.org. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Kevin.